know who is the youngest here? What is the age? Youngest child present here. What is the age?
I think Vishnu is 7 years.
7-year-old.
Akash is 6 years.
Okay. And who is the eldest here among all these kids? What is the age group?
Dr. Sachin is the eldest.
Sir, Shivang.
Shivang also is 7 years old, 6 years old.
Samarth.
Samarth also
Okay.
6 years old.
Sir, Sri Lakshmi.
Sri Lakshmi is
See,
5 years old.
this, yes, I
Ma'am,
see so
sir,
young
sir,
minds.
Sir, I think Sarayu is the oldest.
Okay. Who? What is the age group? What is the age?
14, I think.
14. So around maybe 6 to 14.
Yes,
So,
correct.
yes, that is the range of kids.
No, uncle,
now.
I'm 12. Uncle, I'm 12.
12, is it?
Then
Okay,
I am the
fine.
eldest uncle. I am 13.
So see, what I just wanted to know is, with these young minds, we have lot of things to learn in Gita. And see, now after so many years of not having a proper guidance, we have now Dr. Timappa Hegde with us, and under his guidance, myself, Dr. Sachin, and all so many members, almost now it is nearing 70-80 members who are his regular students attending classes, and online it goes up to thousands also. Thousands of them keep watching our videos through Param Vedanta. What we are having on the YouTube, those are having views in thousands. So there are so many students all over who are going through this. So what I want you people all to know is that now that you are dealing with chapter 16, it's a beautiful chapter. It gives about moral values. It tells about the personality traits, and it is basically nothing but preparation. So maybe next slide, Sachin. See this particular farming slide, whatever I have put. Before a seed is sown, and before we could harvest a proper crop.
Your spelling, no?
What? So we need, every farmer has to prepare the land first. That is most important. So it is not just putting a seed and allow the rain, and you cannot expect a beautiful crop after some time. The land has to be prepared. So that is what a farmer plows the field. Then he makes proper places for water collection. Then there has to be proper flow through it. There has to be proper sunlight exposure. There has to be watering. There has to be manure for that. So much of preparation is required. And before sowing seeds, whatever farmer does, that is preparation of the ground. This chapter talks about preparation of a person later. See, you school kids are all of same standard in one given class. Maybe if I ask each of them, each of you people, what are your dreams? Then one might say, you want to become a doctor. The other might say, want to become a pilot. The other might say, want to become an engineer. So there are different dreams, different persons you want to see yourself as. That is with you all, school kids. But in one given, say for profession, say for myself being a doctor, a neurosurgeon or so, in one hospital, though there are 200 doctors altogether, but we are again different. What I want you people to know is, it is not just the profession what differs, being doctor, being engineer, being pilot, being teacher. It is not just that. Among doctors also, there are different personalities. Among pilots, there are different personalities. Among teachers, there are different personalities. What I want to tell here is, though technically skill might be same, each person differs because of different in soft skills. So what you people learn in your schools is about technical skill, is something which is measurable. There are tests and exams conducted for this. So with this assessment of technical skill, you go from one grade to the other and gradually acquire some skill and take it as your profession or a job and continue working and serving the society. But among those similar kind of technical skill people, it is difference in soft skills which makes each person different from the other. So you have to agree with this. So maybe you can get back to your parents himself. You can ask your dad. So many people work in your office. Are everybody same? Though everybody are engineers, are everybody same? Though everybody is doctor, are everybody same? Answer is definitely no. Each person differs from the other person, maybe in technical skill, if not definitely in soft skill acquiring. So what is that soft skill? That is nothing but interpersonal relationship, maintenance, negotiation, judgment, the values and the morals, what has been learned in your age group. So I am talking today about what are these moral values and how these values will make each of you different from the other. And that is nothing but very similar to preparation of the land for farming. So one particular point what I want you people to learn today is you have to focus on soft skills, morals, beliefs, values at this age group, which will be of tremendous impact once you get into the profession with the technical skill, what you aspire to be. So that is the thing. And what our Gita talks about is refinement. It gives knowledge. So even though knowledge is there, there may not be retention. Even though retention is there, there may not be transformation. So what brings about is refinement or having moral values. So that is what we will see today. So next slide. See, every day, this representation what I have shown here is the two bulls fighting in each of our minds. So one is positivity, the other is negativity, and they keep fighting. You know, there are instances where you can see whether you want to do this or you don't want to do this, whether you want to eat this or you don't want to eat, whether you want to go there or you don't want to go there. You know, with positive and negative conflicts happening in mind, and this keeps happening every moment, every day, in every person. But who wins? The one which you feed the most wins. What does that mean? Whether your mind is tuned towards positivity or whether your mind is tuned towards negativity is what differs. So the one which you feed the most wins. So what is this positivity and negativity is all chapter 16 is talking about. These positivities are Daivi Sampat or Devas, and negativity which are Asuri Sampat or Asuras are nothing but internal conflicts, and their occurrence is natural. It is not that I cannot have negatives and I need to have only positive. No, it cannot happen. Positives and negatives both occur, and that is natural, but which will dominate at what particular time differs, and that is how each person differs from the other. Next slide. See, this chapter 16 you people have seen, and you will continue seeing it in your further classes also. Different spiritual disposition or qualities are given, and those are called Daivi Sampats. These are the ones which make choice as per the value structure and not as per convenience. It is what is correct rather than what is easy. It is what is right than what is convenient. So that is what it is. Daivi Sampat talking about. And the second part, what it talks about is Asuri Sampat or demonic disposition. This is what is negativity. And this finds enjoyment only in sense objects. And this will compromise to gain the end. If the conflict cannot be resolved internally, they tend to express externally. Okay, if internally conflicts are not resolved, then it comes externally to the behavioral changes or behavioral alterations which get expressed. Like for example, if the anger component is more, then maybe you will start shouting, maybe you will throw objects around, and maybe you will even get physical with the other student or other person also. And that is how, if this resolution doesn't happen internally, it tends to express externally. Similarly, if positivity is in the mind, then maybe you will feel happy, you will spread smiles, you will make all the people happy. So that is how all manushyas are mixture of both Asuri Sampat and Daivi Sampat, and it is the dominance of one particular character or one particular value which determines your behavior at that particular time. So that is what positivity and negativity is all about this chapter. This is a list of all the Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat, whatever is described in Shastras. So of this chapter 16, verse 1 to verse 3 talks about Daivi Sampat. See this: fearlessness, purity, scriptural study, charity, sense control, worship of God, austerity, straightforwardness, being non-violent, truthfulness, renunciation, calmness and patience, absence of slander, absence of greed, gentleness, modesty, steadfastness, strength. All these are described in verses, and those are positive samples or positive dispositions, whatever has been described in chapter. And I saw that you are dealing with each of these characters, each of these Daivi Sampat and Asuri Sampat in detail. So maybe in next classes you will go through all these. So, and these Daivi Sampat is nothing but those are sattvic traits which are conducive to self-knowledge. And those are, I am sure you people have dealt with what is sattvic, what is rajasic, and what is tamasic. So all these sattvic traits are Daivi Sampat. Similarly, we have a list of Asuri Sampat which has been described from verse 4 to verse 21. And these many verses bring about each of these negative aspects like vanity, arrogance, pretension, anger, cruelty, ignorance. There are so many Asuri Sampat qualities which are rajasic and tamasic traits, and this will form an obstacle to the spiritual pursuit. And this can lead to a person astray. So you need to know what is positive, you need to know what is negative, and then once this conflicts happen in the mind, then there has to be a resolution. So what is that? There has to be cleanliness of mind. Next slide. So when we talk about cleanliness, we talk about outer cleanliness. We talk about clean body. We need to take bath. We need to have a head wash. We need to have a good clothing. We need to have a clean environment. All these are external cleanliness. This chapter talks about the inner cleanliness, about having a proper thought, having a good intention, having good motives, having positive emotions. So these are nothing but the internal cleanliness. So having seen Daivi and Asuri Sampats, so what this Gita or the scriptures teaches is about having inner cleanliness also. Lord Krishna, during all these advice giving to Arjuna, has summarized all the Asuri Sampas into three things. He says lust, greed, and anger. These three traits, he puts it as the gates to the hell. So that is what you, at this young age group, you should not cultivate lust, you should not cultivate greed, you should not cultivate anger. Particularly the bull, whatever concept I have shown you earlier, you should never feed the bulls which are, the lust, the greed, and the anger, because once it grows and becomes very strong, then it makes your external behavior change. Then people around you will not be liking you. So this Gita has put in these Asuri Sampats and summarized it into lust, greed, and anger, and tells them as gates to hell. So Gita, so much Vedas and so many scriptural studies actually contain, next slide, contain and tell us what is to be done and what is not to be done. What is to be done is vidhis. That gives us do's, do this kind of. And those are yamas. There are different aspects. But similarly, what is not to be done is nisheda. Don't do. Don't do this, don't do that, don't go here, don't see that, kind of don'ts. And those are niyamas. So we have this. See, what is difference here? Animals have instinctive and a programmed life. So that is how they live. It is basic thing to them. What makes human beings different from animal is we human beings are endowed with a free will and a choice. We have choice to either be like this or be like that, do like this or do like that. So when we have choice, then we need to pick up whatever is sattvic in nature, whatever is daivi sampad, and whatever is positive thing. And that is what scriptures talk about. Having summarized so many qualities, right from first verse to verse 21, okay, and couple of verses, the last verse of this chapter is this: Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya karya vyavasthitau gnatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum iharhasi. What does that mean? Therefore, let the scriptures be your authority in determining what should be done and what should not be done. Understand the scriptural injunctions and teachings, and then perform your actions in the world accordingly. See, such a beautiful verse. So having given all the positivities and negativities, it says the scriptures are the Shastra is the pramana for the proper conduct. This should be done, this should not be done. And you should understand this, and you should perform the sattvic kind of actions in the world accordingly. See how beautiful this is. No school teaches you this. School teaches all the technical skill. And the Bhagavad Gita is teaching ones which make you different from that. So I want you all to go through this. Awaken the giant within. You're able to hear? Some internet issue, is it?
No, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. See, kids, all I want you to awaken the giant within you. So you all have tremendous potential when going forwards. So this has been a wonderful platform for you to learn Gita at this very young age. And you can tune in your minds to see all the positivity in the world, to see all the goodness in everything, and to strengthen yourself. I was now hearing to one student, one child telling us about the control of mind, and that is what is so important. So many places, so many verses talk about mind control. So what matters is how you see yourself. So see yourself, awaken the giant within. You people have lot of potential with you. You cannot, the sky is the limit basically. You cannot define yourself to one small thing or small structure. So learn this properly, awaken the giant within. Mastering others is strength, that is physical strength. But mastering yourself, having a control on the mind is actually true power. You don't want that. Yes, you don't want that. Now I was seeing, okay, not to watch mobile after this particular time. Yes, that is mind control, that is self control, that is sense control. You should not be slave of your senses. Sense will actually ask for it because it feels happy, there is gratification in that, but mind should control it. And that is what actually is true power. Next slide. This slide be so beautifully, you know, gives description of about how Gita or the scriptures or Guru is watering the saplings or the plants or the students within each of us. You are student, I am student, Sachin is student. The Shastras and Gitas are actually watering us. So that is how this Gitas or Shastras or Vedas have importance in us, so that we grow into a proper, strong tree going forwards. See, whatever I have talked is all about the character. Next slide. The character, this is nothing but the beliefs and values. So that is like a root of the tree. It cannot be changed, and that remains permanent. And what becomes external is your personality. Okay, that tree can bear fruits, that tree can give colorful flowers, and such a vast thing, such a beautiful thing. So character and personality, and that is what this chapter all talks about. So this is the age when you people develop character, when you people develop personality and excel over the other person, though you people have technically similar skills later on. And that is how each person is different from the others. So belief, next slide, belief, faith, yeah, previous one. Beliefs will turn into values, and values will turn into attitude, and attitude will turn into behaviors. And that is how each of it is so much interlinked. So Daivi Sampats you have to focus on, and then gradually become and acquire those sattvic traits. So nothing comes within comfort zone. If you are safe, comfortable, in control, everything is well set, so there is no growth. You have to come out of comfort zone. Definitely you will have fear. The next thing is you will have fear, you will have intimidated, lack of confidence there. But gradually, that is how surpassing that, you will come to the learning zone, you will acquire new skills, and then actually growth happens and you expand your vision. So always try to come out of comfort zone and get into the growth zone, though fear zone is in between. You have to surpass that. This beautiful thing what Hegde keeps telling, what Sachin might have also told you all, and such a beautiful thing, because everything comes from the mind itself. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Whatever you think, that will be your word. And whatever your words are, that becomes your action. Whatever is action are, that becomes habits, and whatever your habits are, that becomes a character, and whatever is your character, it becomes a destiny. So though technical skills may differ, what I want you people now to learn is all about this personality and character, which makes you stand different from the other. And I wish all young minds, all of you people, to develop this particular thing, because this you cannot develop after certain age. My age, it is very difficult to change the character or the personality. Yes, because it is now become a big tree. You are a smaller version. You are, in the growth phase, and there is tremendous potential. I wish all the best for you people to develop a great personality and then shine in your life. Thank you very much.